90.3 The Rock, WTKFM, about 5 minutes now past 3 o'clock on a beautiful Monday afternoon here in October. And you are tuned to 90.3 The Rock Live. And UTTV, The Rock Unplugged, my name is Benny Smith. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the band, Delta Spirit. That's who you just heard in a very Beatlesque type tune there. Tomorrow goes away the leadoff cut to Ode to Sunshine, which is pretty much their debut record, I guess you could say, for Rounder Records at least. A fantastic album that the song Trash Can has been doing real well for us here and been doing well nationally and on college radio stations around the country. Did some time in the top 10 of the CMJ as well, and just a fantastic record, one of my top 10 records of the year so far, and really enjoying it. It's called Delta Spirit, Ode to Sunshine. The guys in town. Got a couple of the guys from the band in studio with us now. Fellas, step up. Who's going to talk? Introduce yourselves, and you better go ahead and tell us who's not here, too, because we don't want the van to leave without you. So.
All right. Hey, this is Matt and Kelly. And Brandon, John, and Sean couldn't make it in here.
Cool. Well, we're glad you guys could, man.
Well, glad to be here.
I think Sean's outside coloring.
Yeah, I think he is actually. Paint by numbers or something out there. So
yeah, words right out of my mouth.
Completing his art school degree here while he's on the road. So we're glad to have you guys, man, and congratulations on just what is an absolutely excellent record, man.
Thank
Delta
you.
Spirit, Ode to Sunshine is the name of it, and it's on Rounder Records. You guys got to be pretty happy. It's been doing pretty good, and the folks at Rounder treating you well. Congratulations. What do you think? I mean, is it surpassing your expectations? You kind of knew you had a pretty good record, and it's kind of a re-release, too. Explain that, if you will.
Well, we did originally we were shopping for labels and stuff. We didn't know if anybody... we didn't really believe anybody when they said they were going to let us make the record we want to make, and we know so many stories where people kind of... They have like an idea of it, and then some house producer comes in and ruins the whole thing. So we just figured do it on our own. So we did, and then Rounder was still there, and everybody else was still there, kind of. But we really believed the Rounder folks and became good friends with Dave Godowski, our A&R guy, and a lot of the whole family. Rounder's been real good to us. So
yeah, it's a label that's been around for many years, got an amazing, impeccable reputation. Everything from bluegrass to folk to Zydeco Cajun. I mean, there's tons of different music on there.
Ween's on there now.
Oh, wow, that's wild. You know, that is out there, dude. The Ween Boys. But it's so cool when Rounder, and I don't think they're taking a chance when I say they're signing a band like you guys are bringing them on. They all know great music at Rounder, and they've been putting out great music for years. But it's good to see them kind of branch away a little from the acoustic stuff, maybe more. I mean, it's Allison Krause's label and so many others that have been on there for years. Were you guys aware of Rounder before they kind of hit you guys? I think you guys were playing a gig in Massachusetts, opening for somebody, and the A&R guys saw you guys.
Yeah, we were opening up with the Cold War Kids and Tokyo Police Club. That was our first tour. We actually ran into Dave, and he was actually Rounder was trying to sign Cold War Kids a long time ago, so they ended up just becoming friends and that kind of thing. And some of the guys from Cold War Kids had shown us a lot of the Rounder Records collection, like the Alan Lomax stuff, where it's like prison songs and
field recordings.
Yeah,
and
Deep
stuff.
River.
Yeah, very cool.
All that stuff's so great.
It's amazing. It's history. I mean, it's cool because Rounder's been doing that for years and years and years, just chronicling all this history and this music. And it's very cool to see them put this good rock and roll record out. You guys, a lot of folks. There's been different ways to describe you, a hybrid of rock and northern soul, as they call it, which could be a lot of stuff. When I think northern soul, I think Detroit, I think, Philly, and but maybe they're talking northwest soul. I'm not sure. Americana, another tag maybe that's been thrown at you. Americana rock and roll band. I mean,
Northern San Diego soul.
Northern San Diego soul. There you go. Northern SoCal soul, I guess you could say. So, but what we'll kind of get to the obligatory question. Who has been an influence on you guys? I mean, it's all such a personal thing because you grow up listening to and being influenced by so many different artists through the years. But if you think maybe if there's a few artists or musicians that influence Delta Spirit and kind of, when the sound comes out being what it is, they've got their thumbprint on there maybe. Any that you guys can mention?
We all have pretty eclectic tastes. We all stick mostly new music-wise as a lot of our friends' bands and bands that our friends showed us. So... whether it be Dawes or Richard Swift or like lesser known kind of things that the person means it and they're not already kind of hyped out and blown up.
Yeah.
And then we all like old music too. We like soul comps a lot.
Brandon, the drummer, likes techno.
Oh, does he? Those drummers.
Yeah.
Those
It
drummers.
calms him down, apparently, which none of us understand.
And it gives me anxiety. Bad experience when I was 15 years old on LSD will make you hate techno.
A rave whistle and all that. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand that, man.
More like a day of high school with four tabs of acid.
Like
it was
us-
a crazy day.
Like I said, I'd say a long day, too.
Yeah.
Probably.
Real long.
Those crazy drummers, man. Well, it's a great record, guys. Congratulations. It's called Ode to Sunshine, Delta Spirit. It's on Rounder Records. You can get it at all your record stores. I'm sure you can go to deltaspirit.net as well, to their MySpace, and order it through them. And you can pick it up at the show tonight. I'm sure at World Grotto, too. The guys are going to have some as well. So,
Yeah.
going to be a very cool show. The Young and Joey English on board. We're going to ask them a little bit about Joey English in a minute. But first things first, we're going to let you guys kind of do what you do best and play a tune. What you going to do for us?
Strange Vine.
Cool. This is Delta Spirit live in studio, 90.3 The Rock and UTTV, The Rock Unplugged.
It's a strange vine wrapped around my neck, all twisted up between my steps, I'm tripping and falling over the things we just couldn't get over. I tried my best, get it off my chest. Songs we never wrote, seeds they wouldn't sow. Yeah, we're taking it all to the end. Oh, we're planting our own garden. The sun came while you were shining. The time flew. We were writing symphony in the key of D. Songs that had lost their luster, finally they found their color. Songs we never wrote, seeds they wouldn't sow. Yeah, we're taking it all to the end. Oh, we're planting our own garden. We made jokes about starting new bands. 6 years we've been working this whole plan. Maybe I'll make a home with you. It's been a straight life in this preacher living, these brake lights, city limits. I can't afford the truth. We out two Indians in the same canoe. Maybe I'll just start something new. Yeah, we're taking it all to the end. Oh, we're planting our own garden. Yeah, we're taking it all to the end. Oh, we're planting
Very cool stuff live in studio. A couple of members of Delta Spirit in the brand new record, and it is an absolutely fine record. It is called Ode to Sunshine, out on the Rounder record label. And Matt and Kelly, right, here from the band.
Yo.
Cool. Tell us a little bit. You guys both kind of had a different way of joining the band, I guess you could say. Matt, you being the lead singer, did they really discover you on a bench on singing at 2 a.m. or something like that? Is that how the story goes?
That is a true story.
Very true.
Not like those stories you get from us where it's like, yeah, we found each other in a hurricane and, Uncle Remus fell out of a wagon or something. But I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, yeah, I was down at the gas lamp and I just got a driver's license. I live with a family of 5 in a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
So there's no room to play.
Yeah.
And I used to go down by the beach and play under this big tunnel. And I got sick of doing that and I needed something new. So I got in my car, drove down there, met Brandon, the drummer.
Yep.
And he came up, he's like, "Hey man, you're good." And I was like, "Thanks." And he was in a band with John, and then I met John through a mutual friend, ended up hanging out together. The night I hung out with John was the night I'm reunited with Brandon, and then Brandon just left with me and spent like a week together and hung out. We've been friends ever since. Met Kelly here in high school.
And Kelly, you kind of started as producer of the band, is that right? Or basically, how did that all come about?
I had a studio and they used me.
There you go.
That's how I got in. But Matt and I had done a lot of recording prior. We'd been in a band together, just kind of him and I recording, and then we went separate ways, and then kind of met back up when Delta Spirit got together. And
yeah.
So I was just in there, moving faders and recording stuff, and I got to play on a few things. So maybe my production found its way in there here and there, but it wasn't like all looking to me for answers. These guys did a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
so.
cool. But now a full-time member of the band, touring and playing as well. And
I remember telling Matt that I wanted to be in the band, like we were recording, like, "I want to be in your band," and he's like, "Really? Well, I'll go tell the guys."
Yeah,
that's how that happens.
Yeah, I pretty much always wanted to play with this dude, and then when he's the only person that ever quit something I've ever done. So.
Yeah.
He's like this ex-girlfriend that I never could reconcile with. And then finally, when he said that, I was like, no, that's not even possible. Because John and Brandon were the only 2 people I ever wanted to have drum bass with and play with and stuff that way. But Kelly, recording and songwriting and all that stuff, just never had anybody like him.
Very cool. Very cool. So that worked out very well for you then.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. I was talking with Katie from our music department in here as well a little bit, and the rest of the ladies who are in here.
Hi, Katie.
Having a good time and enjoying you guys. There's a band out of the Catskill Mountain area of upstate New York right now that's doing really well in the Americana music scene, the Felice Brothers. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Great band, Seems like there's a lot of the same vibe with you guys, whereas they kind of bring this Catskill Mountain kind of vibe, kind of like the band from back in the day, the band.
Or like 16 horsepower from 5 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely, and with the accordion and everything.
Yeah.
You guys, there's a lot of similarities there, that rootsy Americana rock feel, but you guys kind of bring a West Coast flavor to it, I guess you could say, maybe. I don't know, just a little bit different, not really from the Catskills, bringing it down from the mountains. I mean, those guys, man, they lived a pretty, I don't want to call it backwoods life, but I mean, they'll admit it to you. Their parents didn't let them listen to music much when they were growing up. I think it was pretty hardcore. But you love that band. I mean, just two great
sure
bands.
We do. We actually know their brother-in-law, A.A. Bondi.
Oh yeah,
and we're actually playing with him tomorrow. We're getting reunited, get to hang out. We did an East Coast with him. Met him last year at South by Southwest, and that guy couldn't be funnier, man. He's got like the best on-stage banner.
He actually just opened for them 3 weeks ago here in town as well. So yeah. I mean, 2 bands that kind of give me hope, I guess you could say. It's 2 of my favorite records of the year is their, which they kind of re-released, I think, their debut record as well, and you guys on Rounder, and just 2 good records, 2 reasons, like I said, to kind of give you hope that good music does still exist and it's out there. Absolutely. You guys, again, touring with and kind of really broke into the ranks, if you will, of especially into getting that indie